Starch and sucrose synthesis. Calvin cycle produces a triose phosphate which is known as glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Now this glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate acts as a precursor for the synthesis of starch as well as sucrose. Now this sucrose is the transportable form of carbon. Okay, if you want to transport carbon, you transport it in the form of sucrose, whereas starch is the storage form of carbon. If you want to store carbon, you store it in the form of starch. The synthesis of starch and sucrose are the competing processes. The synthesis of starch takes place in chloroplast, whereas the synthesis of sucrose takes place in cytosol. So in chloroplast there is synthesis of starch in plants, and in cytosol there is synthesis of sucrose. Now when the concentration of phosphate, that is Pi, is high in the cytosol, in cytosol you have high concentration of phosphate. In those conditions, the triose phosphate is transported from the chloroplast into the cytosol. Triose phosphate means your glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which is being synthesized in the chloroplast, is transported into the cytosol. And in the cytosol, this triose phosphate, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, is converted into sucrose, and that is how sucrose is synthesized in the cytosol. So we can say that when cytosolic Pi is high, that is the concentration of phosphate in the cytosol is high, in those conditions sucrose is synthesized. Sucrose synthesis takes place in the cytosol. So we saw this, when the cytosolic Pi is high, sucrose is being synthesized into the cytosol. Now what will happen when this cytosolic Pi is low? When cytosolic Pi is low, the triose phosphate remains in chloroplast, and from this triose phosphate starch is synthesized in the chloroplast. So in your cytosol there is synthesis of sucrose, and in chloroplast there is synthesis of starch. And whether the synthesis of sucrose is going to take place or whether the synthesis of starch is going to take place, that depends upon the concentration of phosphate Pi in the cytosol. So in chloroplast, starch synthesis takes place. During starch synthesis, the triose phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, and that is converted into ADP glucose. Now this ADP glucose is transferred to the non-reducing end of the terminal glucose of a growing starch chain. Now consider a growing starch chain which has a terminal glucose, and there is a non-reducing end of this terminal glucose. Now to that non-reducing end, this ADP glucose is being attached, and that is how the starch chain grow. Now in cytosol there is sucrose synthesis from the triose phosphate. Now this sucrose synthesis is similar to starch synthesis. In starch synthesis, the glucose residue is activated as nucleotide sugar. During starch synthesis, there is formation of ADP glucose, that is a nucleoside sugar, and this ADP glucose is then attached to a growing starch chain, and that is how starch synthesis takes place. But during sucrose synthesis, the triose phosphate is converted into UDP glucose. During starch synthesis, the triose phosphate was converted into ADP glucose, but during sucrose synthesis, the triose phosphate is converted into UDP glucose. And then this UDP glucose is converted into sucrose. So that is how sucrose synthesis takes place via UDP glucose. Now conversion of these photoassimilates, that is the products formed due to photosynthesis, that is triose phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Okay, the conversion of these photoassimilates into sucrose or starch is known as carbon allocation. In carbon allocation, the photoassimilates are being converted into sucrose or into starch. So let's look at the overall sucrose synthesis in the cytosol. So in the cytosol we start with triose phosphate. Now this triose phosphate in the presence of aldolase gives fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Now this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate in the presence of fructose 1,6-bisphosphatase gives fructose 6-phosphate, and then on this fructose 6-phosphate, hexose phosphate isomerase acts and it yields glucose 6-phosphate. Now on glucose 6-phosphate, phosphoglucomutase acts, and this results in the formation of glucose 1-phosphate. Now this glucose 1-phosphate is activated to UDP glucose, and this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme UDP glucose phosphorylase. Now the enzyme sucrose phosphate synthase catalyzes the transfer of the glucose residue from the UDP glucose to fructose 6-phosphate, forming a sucrose 6-phosphate. Okay. Now the glucose residue is transferred to fructose 6-phosphate by sucrose phosphate synthase, and when the glucose residue is transferred to fructose 6-phosphate, there is synthesis of sucrose 6-phosphate. And finally, the sucrose 6-phosphate phosphatase cleaves the phosphate from the sucrose 6-phosphate and it yields into sucrose. Okay, the phosphate present here in the sucrose phosphate is being cleaved by sucrose phosphate phosphatase enzyme, and this reaction yields sucrose. So that is how sucrose synthesis takes place in the cytosol. Now let's read about starch synthesis in chloroplast. So we start starch synthesis from triose phosphate. Now on this triose phosphate, enzyme aldolase acts and there is synthesis of fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. Now on this fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, fructose 1,6-bisphosphatase enzyme acts, and this results in the formation of fructose 6-phosphate. Now this fructose 6-phosphate is converted into glucose 6-phosphate, and this reaction is catalyzed by hexose phosphate isomerase. Now this glucose 6-phosphate is converted into glucose 1-phosphate, and this reaction is catalyzed by phosphoglucomutase. Now this glucose 1-phosphate is activated into ADP glucose, and this reaction is catalyzed by ADP glucose phosphorylase. Now the glucose residue from the ADP glucose is transferred to the starch, okay, to the non-reducing end of the terminal glucose of a growing starch chain. Okay, this glucose from this ADP glucose residue is transferred to the starch, and that is how the starch chain grows. And this reaction is catalyzed by starch synthase. Starch synthase takes the glucose residue from ADP glucose and gives it to the growing chain of starch, and that is how the starch grows. Starch synthesis takes place in the chloroplast.